Your mechanic might not want you to know this, but these 17 WD-40 car hacks could save you a fortune and maybe even cut your repair bills in half. From slashing hundreds off paint jobs to preventing costly electrical problems, these tricks really work. Stick around until the end for a bonus tip that will make car maintenance much cheaper. First up, let's tackle some exterior fixes. Hack number 17, clean and restore cloudy headlights. Nothing ages a car faster or makes night driving more dangerous than yellow, hazy headlights. That cloudy layer isn't just dirt, it's oxidation, a rough buildup on the plastic caused by sun, weather, and road grime. Most people rush out and spend a fortune on restoration kits, or worse, start scrubbing with toothpaste or paper towels. It might help for a moment, but the results never last. Here's a quick, effective shop trick. Spray a light coat of WD-40 directly onto the headlight lens, then wipe it in with a clean rag. Almost instantly, the haze lifts, the headlights shine brighter, and your car looks fresher, all without expensive kits or sanding. Now, this isn't a permanent solution, the oxidation will eventually return, but it's perfect if you've got a night drive or an inspection coming up. Bonus, it buys you time before a full restoration is needed, and if you think that's useful, wait until you see how WD-40 protects your car's paint. Hack number 16, easily remove tar, sap, and stubborn grime from your car's paint. Ever run your hand over your car and feel a rough, gritty texture? That's not just dirt, it's tar, tree sap, or bug residue, baked in by the sun. Many people make the mistake of scrubbing aggressively or even using a razor blade. The result? Scratches, swirl marks, and expensive trips to the detailer. Here's a smarter way. Grab a can of WD-40, spray it directly on the affected area, and let it sit for a few minutes. Patience pays here. The formula needs a moment to loosen the grime. Then, using a clean microfiber towel, gently wipe it away. You'll watch that stubborn gunk disappear without harming your paint. If it's really tough, just repeat the process. Bonus tip: WD-40 leaves a thin protective layer behind, making future tar and sap much easier to clean. And if you think that's handy, wait until you see how it transforms cloudy, yellowed headlights. Hack number 15. Remove bumper sticker residue safely. We've all been there. You peel off an old bumper sticker and instead of clean paint, you're left with a sticky, messy nightmare. Many people reach for razor blades or harsh chemicals, which is a sure way to scratch your paint or damage the clear coat. Here's the smarter, safer approach. Spray WD-40 directly on the sticky residue and let it sit for about a minute. The formula works to break down the adhesive from the root. Then, using a soft microfiber cloth, gently wipe it away. The residue should lift right off. For stubborn spots, spray again and rub in gentle circles with your thumb. This trick isn't just for bumper stickers. It works on inspection stickers, duct tape residue, or dealer decals on glass. WD-40 softens the glue while keeping the surface underneath perfectly safe. And that's a wrap on exterior fixes. But let's be real. The big expenses usually come from what's happening under the hood. That's where WD-40 really shines. Next up, some powerful maintenance and repair hacks that can save you a ton. Hack number 14, shield your car's paint from scratches and rust. Your car's paint isn't just about looking good. It's the first line of defense against rust. Tiny scratches from road debris, winter salt, or even brushing against bushes can break that armor, leaving your car vulnerable. I've seen vehicles start to corrode from the bottom up just because owners neglected these small scratches. Here's where WD-40 comes to the rescue. Spray a light mist along the lower panels, wheel arches, rocker panels, and even inside door edges. It forms a thin protective layer that makes it harder for water, salt, and grime to stick. For fresh, shallow scratches, WD-40 can also fill in scuffs and restore some shine, temporarily hiding them. While it won't repair deep gouges, it can prevent minor scratches from turning into rust spots. Drivers who do this before every winter often see their paint last years longer. And if that sounds handy, wait until you see how WD-40 makes stubborn sticker residue vanish like magic. Hack number 13, prevent rust on tools and undercarriage parts. WD-40 literally stands for water displacement, and that's exactly what it was designed to do. Back in the 50s, push water off metal and stop rust before it starts. And trust me, It still does that job better than anything else I've used. Got tools sitting in a damp garage? Give them a light spray of WD-40. It leaves a thin, protective layer that keeps wrenches, sockets, and ratchets rust-free. Same goes for jack stands, floor jacks, and even the spare tire rim in your trunk. I've kept my tools in perfect shape for decades just by doing this. Now for your car. If you live where winter roads are salted, spray WD-40 along the undercarriage. Control arms, subframes, suspension parts. It won't make your car invincible, but it slows rust down significantly. Cars treated like this often last years longer before rust starts eating them alive. And if preventing rust sounds useful, wait until you see how WD-40 silences those irritating squeaks. Before we jump in, if you're finding these hacks helpful, hit that like button, share with a friend, and subscribe for more car-saving tips. And don't miss my other video, Car Hacks You'll Wish You Knew Sooner, packed with tricks every car owner needs in their toolbox. Hack number 12, loosen stuck or rusted bolts and nuts. Every mechanic knows the struggle, a rusted bolt that just refuses to budge. You lean on the wrench, the bolt seems to mock you, and one wrong slip can leave you with scraped knuckles. Or worse, a snapped bolt in the hole. That's when a simple repair can turn into a costly nightmare. Here's the smart way to handle it. Spray WD-40 directly onto the bolt or nut and let it soak for at least 5 minutes. WD-40 isn't just a lubricant, it's a penetrant that seeps into the tiny gaps where rust has seized the threads. After a good soak, try the wrench again. 9 times out of 10, the bolt comes free effortlessly. For really stubborn rust, spray again and tap the bolt lightly with a hammer to help the WD-40 penetrate deeper. This simple trick has saved countless customers from paying for broken studs and rethreading jobs. And if that sounds handy, wait until you see how WD-40 not only frees rust but also stops it from coming back. Hack number 11, free stuck spark plugs and threaded parts. Spark plugs that have been sitting for years love to fuse themselves into the cylinder head. The same goes for O2 sensors, bleeder screws, or any threaded part exposed to heat and moisture. I've seen plenty of DIYers crank too hard and strip the threads, an expensive mistake you definitely want to avoid. Here's the smart move. Spray WD-40 at the base of the spark plug or threaded part and let it sit for at least 10 minutes. For really stubborn parts, give it a little extra time. WD-40 seeps into the threads, loosens rust, and lets the metal glide instead of fight. When you loosen it, turn slowly. If you hit resistance, tighten slightly, spray again, and carefully back it out. This simple trick has saved countless cylinder heads from costly repairs. And if you think that's handy, wait until you see how WD-40 can even prevent your locks from freezing in cold weather. Hack number 10. Silence squeaky car doors and hood hinges. Nothing makes a car feel older or more neglected than squeaky hinges. You open a door and it screeches like a haunted house. Pop the hood and it's loud enough for the neighbors to hear. That squeak, it's metal rubbing against metal with no protection. And over time, it wears down the hinge pins. Annoying? Definitely. Expensive? You bet. Here's the fix. Spray a short burst of WD-40 directly onto the hinge points. Don't drench it, just enough to coat the moving parts. Then swing the door or hood open and closed a few times to work it in. Instantly, the noise disappears and the hinge moves smoothly. For stubborn hinges, repeat the spray the next day to keep them quiet longer. This simple trick can save you from replacing worn-out hinges later. And if that sounds handy, wait until you see how WD-40 makes spark plug removal a breeze. Hack number 9, clean battery terminals for better connections. Pop the hood and check your battery. If you see white or green crust on the posts, that's corrosion. It doesn't just look ugly, it chokes the flow of power. Weak connections lead to hard starts, dim lights, and extra stress on your alternator. I've seen people replace perfectly good batteries when all they needed was a quick cleanup. Here's the fix. Spray WD-40 directly onto the corroded terminals and clamps. It loosens that crust, making it easy to scrub away with a wire brush or even an old toothbrush. Wipe everything clean, then snug the clamps back down. Not only does this restore a solid electrical connection, but WD-40 also leaves a protective layer that slows corrosion from returning. Make this a regular maintenance step, and your charging system will stay healthy for years. And if you think that's handy, wait until you see how WD-40 keeps spark plug wires safe from misfires in damp weather. Hack number 8. Prevent locks from freezing in winter. Winter can be brutal, but nothing's more frustrating than stepping out on an icy morning, key in hand, only to find your door lock frozen solid. Some people pour hot water on it or force the key, and that usually makes things worse. Water seeps in, refreezes, and suddenly you've got a damaged lock cylinder. The easy solution? Spray a quick burst of WD-40 directly into your locks. It pushes out moisture and leaves a thin, protective layer that stops ice from forming inside. Do this on your doors, trunk, and even the ignition. For older cars with metal keys, this simple step can save you from broken keys, busted locks, and even tow bills. And speaking of connections, let's pop the hood. WD-40 has another trick that can keep your battery in better shape. Hack number 7, protect engine bay cables and connectors from corrosion. Modern cars run on electronics, and every sensor, harness, and connector under the hood is a potential weak spot. Heat, water, and road salt can sneak in, leading to mysterious error codes, or even a dead sensor that costs a fortune to replace. I've seen cars towed in just because one tiny corroded connector knocked out the system. Here's how to prevent it. During routine maintenance, spray a quick shot of WD-40 on your electrical connectors before snapping them back together. It pushes out moisture and leaves a thin protective barrier that slows corrosion. Do the same for battery cables, fuse box connections, and even trailer plug wiring if you tow. This simple habit can save you from chasing electrical gremlins down the road. That's the underhood magic, but now let's move inside the car because WD-40 has another trick every parent and driver needs. Hack number 6. Protect spark plug. Wires from moisture and ignition systems don't mix. On rainy mornings, I've seen plenty of cars roll into the shop with rough idles, or worse, refusing to start. The culprit? Spark plug wires soaked through. When water gets into old or cracked wires, the spark leaks out before reaching the plug, causing misfires, poor fuel economy, and sometimes a dead engine on the side of the road. Here's the simple solution. Spray WD-40 along the spark plug wires and around the distributor cap, if your car has one. WD-40 pushes out moisture and leaves a protective layer that keeps the electrical current flowing where it belongs. Even on newer coil-on plug setups, a light spray around the boots can prevent dampness from causing trouble. This little trick has saved countless drivers from tow bills and frustrating mornings. And if you think that's clever, wait until you see how WD-40 keeps corrosion off the connectors that power your sensors and electronics. Hack number 5. Clean and shine dashboard. Plastics in minutes, dusty dashboard can make even a clean car feel grimy. You wipe it down, and 5 minutes later it's covered again. Most people reach for pricey interior sprays or wipes, but WD-40 can do the job faster and cheaper. Here's the trick. Spray a light mist of WD-40 onto a microfiber cloth, never directly on the dashboard to avoid overspray on your windshield. Then wipe across the dashboard, door panels, and any other plastic trim. It instantly cuts through dust and fingerprints while leaving a smooth, subtle shine that makes your interior look fresh. Bonus: it helps repel dust so you won't need to wipe as often. I've used this on older cars with sun-faded plastics, and the results are dramatic. Just remember, less is more. A thin layer is all you need to make your interior look like it just came out of a detail shop. Hack number 4. Remove crayon, gum, and sticky messes from seats and carpets. If you've ever driven with kids, you know the chaos they can leave behind. Melted crayons on the seat, gum stuck in the carpet, or candy smeared everywhere. Most people panic and scrub with soap and water, which only pushes the mess deeper into the fabric. Here's the smarter approach. Spray a little WD-40 directly onto the spot and let it sit for about a minute. The formula breaks down wax, gum, and sticky sugar residues at the source. Then take a clean rag and blot, or gently scrape with a plastic tool. The mess lifts right off without damaging the fabric or leaving stains. For carpets, finish by vacuuming to pick up the loosened bits. I've rescued plenty of car interiors using this method, and if you think that's useful, wait until you see how WD-40 can revive a faded, dusty dashboard. Hack number 3. Lubricate stuck. Seatbelt retractors. Few things are more annoying than a seatbelt that refuses to retract smoothly. You pull it out, buckle up, and it just hangs there loose instead of snapping back. Besides being frustrating, it can even become a safety issue if the belt doesn't sit snugly against your body. Here's where WD-40 saves the day. Gently pull the seatbelt all the way out until it locks, and wipe it down with a clean cloth. Dust and grime often build up over time. Then spray a very small amount of WD-40 into the retractor mechanism at the base. Don't drench it, just a short spritz is enough. Slowly guide the belt back in and repeat a few times to let the lubricant work its way through. You'll notice the belt glides smoothly again. It's a quick fix that restores function and extends the life of your retractor without any costly repairs. Hack number 2, stop window tracks from sticking or squeaking. If your power windows are slow, squeaky, or get stuck halfway, the issue isn't always the motor, it's often the window tracks. Dirt, dust, and lack of lubrication make the glass drag against the rubber seals, straining the motor and risking expensive repairs. Here's a quick WD-40 fix. Roll the window all the way down, then spray a light line of WD-40 along the inside rubber channels where the glass slides. Don't overdo it. You don't want overspray on the glass or door panel. Next, roll the window up and down a few times to evenly work the lubricant through the tracks. The difference is immediate. The window glides smoother, moves quietly, and puts less strain on the motor. Keeping the tracks lubricated not only protects your window regulator, but also eliminates those annoying squeaks. A 2-minute trick like this can save you hundreds in motor repairs. Hack number 1, restart your car after floods or heavy rain. This one isn't just a maintenance hack, it can be a lifesaver in an emergency. If you've ever driven through deep water or been caught in a heavy downpour, you know the panic when your car suddenly won't start. Often, the culprit is moisture inside ignition components like the distributor cap, coil, or spark plug wires, causing misfires or a complete stall. Here's where WD-40 shines. Its water displacement formula works wonders. Spray WD-40 directly onto the wet ignition parts, especially the distributor cap and spark plug wires. It pushes out moisture instantly and leaves a thin protective layer. Within moments, your ignition can regain spark and your car may start again. Now, this isn't a permanent repair, but in a flood or heavy rain emergency, WD-40 can mean the difference between being stranded and getting home safely. One small can could save you from a major disaster, and now that you know how WD-40 can save you thousands, there's one final step to truly keep your engine running like new. Check out my next video by clicking on the screen. It's packed with tips every car owner needs.